found another awesome place to record a few devotionals. Couldn't find my selfie stick, so I stuck my phone between some rocks. But here I am, I did it. I was determined. I'm at Clark's Beach, where we have our camper here for the long weekend, and it's a beautiful day. The devotional today is prayer, on prayer. What's in it for me? Do you ever wonder if praying is worth it? You know, sometimes we have our prayers answered, maybe, yes and no, and wait, as they say. But do you ever wait a long time for answered prayer? Do you have a routine where you pray every morning or every night? There is a routine you can certainly do, but what about the question? Does prayer do any good? Well, I'm going to talk about Job today and all he experienced, but most importantly, the outcome of the question he asked when he asked, what good is prayer? So it's based on Job chapter 21. So why should we be compelled or expected to serve and honor God? And Job asked, I have asked this too, who is the Almighty that we should serve him? What will we gain by praying to him? He asked that when he was going through a difficult time. So, what's in it for me? What's in it for you? What is to be gained by declaring God as the Most High God? What did Job gain? Oh, come on through.
No, that's all right. Don't let me stop you.
Okay, I'll just work around you. I'm just talking to my phone.
Oh, I thought you were talking to the rock.
Talking to the rock.
There it is.
There it is. There's my phone. Have a nice day.
Oh, you have a great prayer.
Okay, so what did Job gain by placing his complete faith and trust in God? I mean, after all, Job suffered so much. Despite the afflictions, he continued to believe that God would see him through the most terrible and darkest times of his life. And suddenly he was being afflicted with sickness and even death of his family members. But you know, in his suffering, Job remained strong. Oh yeah, it's amazing. His faith in God remained unwavering. That's not to say that he didn't have questions. We're allowed to ask God questions. He began to compare the righteous versus the non-righteous. And Job wonders, why do the wicked live on, growing old and increasing in power? They see their children established around them, their offspring before their eyes. Their homes are safe and free from fear. The wrath of God is not upon them. In Job 21, verses 7 to 9, he continued to spiel about the prosperity of the wicked. They want nothing to do with God, and yet they live a prosperous life and go to the grave in peace. Come on, did you ever wonder that? It's something to wonder, especially when we go through difficult times, isn't it? You see, on one hand, Job says that one man dies in full vigor, completely secure and at ease, while the other dies in bitterness of the soul, never having enjoyed anything good. Side by side they lie in dust, and the worms cover them both. So Job wonders what good it is to serve God. Even Job's wife pleaded with him to curse God and die. But then we discover how righteous and firm his faith really is. His reply to his wife was, "You are talking like a foolish woman. Shall we accept good from God and not trouble? Peace is not the absence of trouble. Peace is the overflow of a life under God's control. God gives peace in the midst of trouble. So, here's the question again. What good is there in praying to God? What good is having a right relationship with God? Romans 15:13 says, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Wow. Our faith enables us to trust in God in the good times and the bad times, the hard times and the joyous times. We too will receive abundant blessings if we hold unswervingly to the truth. It's true. To the hope we possess in God. After Job's suffering, God blessed him twice as much as before. That's amazing. Making him even more prosperous with the land and cattle and his long and abundant life with his family. Oh yes, there were hard times, no doubt, for Job. But he pressed on. He held on to the truth. He held on to the promises and he trusted God. He knew he'd come through. It was on God's time. And Psalm 24 verse 10 says, "Who is he, this King of glory? The Lord Almighty. He is the King of glory." I pray that you'll hold on to. I've been in pretty dark situations myself, but I've never let go of God. I never let go of the hope that I possess, that I know he lives here. He guides me and directs my steps. And we know we're going to have trouble in this world. He told us that. But we have to believe that he won't come near to us when we need him the most, especially. So I pray that you'll hang on to, keep trusting in God's mighty, wonder-working power. Until next time, Jan.